Welcome to today's headlines. Nnamdi Kanus American lawyer tells Buhari in new letter. Nnamdi Kanus American lawyer tells Buhari in new letter. To my dear listeners from wherever you're listening from, please stay tuned as I read today's news. Bruce Fein, the International Council for Nnamdi Kanu, detained leader of the outlawed indigenous people of Biafra IPOB on Friday, asked President Muhammadu Buhari to comply with the order of the United Nations UN Human Rights Council Working Group and release his client immediately. In a letter obtained by Politics Nigeria, the American constitutional lawyer said President Buhari is depriving Kanu of his liberty and thus violating 16 international human rights covenants. Kanu is being prosecuted on charges of terrorism and has been held in the custody of the Department of State Services (DSS) in Abuja since June 2021. The IPOB leader's lawyers have continued to protest his detention, arguing that a Nigerian court discharged him in October 2022. His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Aso Rock Presidential Villa, Office of the President 3G69 plus W630, 3 Zone, Abuja, Left City, Nigeria. Compliant with decree of the United Nations Human Rights Council Working Group on arbitrary detention arbitrary detention to release Nnamdi Kanu immediately based on deprivation of liberty in violation of 16th International Human Rights Covenant. Dear President Buhari, if you fear God, you should release Nnamdi Kanu from his protracted illegal detention forthwith. If you do not, you should tremble for your faith by remembering that God is just and that his justice will not live forever. Nearly 6 months ago, on July 20, 2022, the United Nations Human Rights Council Working Group on Arbitrary Detention issued opinion number 25/2022. It unanimously concluded that your government is illegally detaining Nnamdi Kanu in violation of 16 just cogent international law prescriptions, i.e., the abiding on every nation as universal principles of justice, paragraph 105. The working group added, taking into account the circumstances of the case, the appropriate remedy would be for the government of Nigeria to release Mr. Kanu immediately and for both Nigeria and Kenya to accord him an enforceable right to compensation and other reparations in accord with international law. The working group calls upon the government of Nigeria to take urgent action to ensure the immediate unconditional release of Mr. Kanu, paragraph 107. The working group requested a timely update of your government compliance with its decree which has been scorned. Nothing has been done to comply with the working group's urgent call for Mr. Kanu's immediate unconditional release. He remains in solitary confinement in the custody of DSS. Among other things, Mr. Kanu has been denied necessary medical care for a possible life-threatening ailment. Every day since July 20, 2022 has been a new high-water mark of your government's criminal detention of Mr. Kanu, compounding the crimes involved in his initial kidnapping, torture and extraordinary rendition from Kenya. If justice, rather than tyranny, occupied Aso Rock, your government would be the accused and Mr. Kanu the prosecutor. In a larger sense, your government's ongoing criminality spreads far beyond one individual. Your administration has stopped to genocide and crimes against humanity in destroying, traumatizing and terrorizing the lives of 70 million Biafrans for exercising their unalienable right to seek, by non-violent means, self-determination, i.e. government by the consent of the governed. The cherished right was extinguished by the British more than a century ago. Nigeria has refused to redress Great Britain's racist injustice for more than 60 years independence. One NCC attempt in 1966 was stubborn and provoked the genocidal Biafran Civil War. To my dear listeners, now I've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop by at the comment section and let's know what your view is all about.